Buenos días. Hoy es viernes el 19 de junio 2020. El pronóstico de tiempo para España. En el norte llueve un poco y hace sol. En el este, en Barcelona, llueve mucho. En el sur, en Cádiz, hace mucho calor y hace sol. En el este, hace sol y está nublado. Que tengas un buen día. Hi Year 5, I hope you are all safe and well and that you've had a good week of online learning so far. Now, what I've just said to you is an example of a weather forecast in Spanish. And this is the sort of thing that you're going to be building towards during this lesson. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the lesson and speak to you soon.
Okay, just a reminder of the email address spanish@grange.harrow.sch.uk, and remember, if you send in your work you get class chart points and you will get a shout out, and hopefully those of you that sent in work 2 weeks ago now would have seen your names in the shout out videos. So let's move on. Necesitas, what you will need. Remember that word from when we were doing what types of clothing you would need for the different weather? So today you would need unas hojas de papel, some sheets of paper, un lápiz or un boli, a pen or a pencil, una regla, a ruler, unos lápices de color, so colouring pencils or even felt tip pens. And this is something a little bit new, so because today's lesson is a bit more about speaking and listening, it would be fantastic if you could record yourself either as an audio clip or as a video clip. And to do that, you'd obviously need un móvil, a mobile phone, or un ordenador, a computer. Okay, you might have to ask someone else in the house to help you record yourself because you are going to be presenting a simple weather forecast. Okay, so pause the video and go and get those things. Okay, so our learning intention is to present a weather forecast, and let's say the date together. My go and then your go. Viernes, el 19 de junio 2020. Well done, everybody. And the question that we learnt how to answer last week: ¿Qué tiempo hace? What's the weather like? So can you say that for me? ¿Qué tiempo hace? Muy bien. Now pause the video and copy down your date and LI, please. Okay, our success criteria. So we're going to learn how to say north, east, south and west. So they are the compass points. We're also going to combine that new vocabulary with the work we did on the weather last time. So things like saying in the north it's sunny and so on. Then that's all going to help us prepare a text for a weather forecast. And then the final step is to actually present the weather forecast, just like you might see on BBC News, for example. Okay? So let's do a bit of recap on ¿Qué tiempo hace? There we have our map of Spain with all the weather symbols. And we start off with hace sol. Can you say that for me? Hace sol. Perfecto. Hace calor. Muy bien. And remember, if it helps you to do an action, to remember the words, please do so. Hace frío. Hace viento. Llueve. Llueve. Nieva. nieva. Okay, so here are all the pictures. Now today, see if you can actually say the phrase. So let's just go along the top line from left to right, starting with it's cold. Can you remember? Fantastico. Hace frío. Think of the fridge. The next one begins with a N. There's a clue. Muy bien. Nieva. And the next one is hace viento. Excelente. Right, moving down to the second row. Hot, hot, hot. Think of your hot lunch. Excelente. Hace calor. The next one is the one that's a little bit tricky to pronounce. It's got the Y sound at the beginning. Llueve. Well done. And the last one, easy peasy. Hace sol. Perfecto. I think we're ready for some new learning. So, in Spanish, we have the same symbols, N-E-S, except West is represented by an O. And we'll talk about why in a second. Let's start from the top, my go and your go. En el norte. En el norte. In the north. So maybe point to the ceiling if it helps you remember. In the east, en el este. Excelente. In the south, en el sur. En el sur. Okay. West in Spanish is almost the same as the word for east, but we've put an O at the beginning. So, en el oeste. En el oeste. Perfecto. Well done, year 5. Now, this is where we start to combine the things that we've learned. So, for example, for the one with the north and the thermometer showing the ice and the cold temperature, we would say, en el norte hace frío. Then the next one, en el este llueve. En el sur hace viento. En el oeste hace calor y hace sol. So when you've got two symbols, like we have for west here, you need to say both the phrases and put that little word y for and in the middle. Okay? Muy bien. Right, it's your turn now. So I'll start you off and I want you to finish off my sentence. En el norte, so what was the word for rain again? Llueve. So say the whole phrase for me. En el norte llueve. Well done. Now, what would the next one be? So we're going to go clockwise. So we're going to east and it's sunny there. En el este hace sol. Well done. Can you say that whole sentence? En el este hace sol. Well done. Okay, en el sur, what was it's hot? Muy bien. Hace calor y hace sol. En el oeste, what was snowing again? Nieva. Well remembered. Well done, everyone. Okay, so your main task today is in 3 steps. The first one, I would like you to create a map of Spain showing the weather in the different areas, in the north, east, south and west. You can make it up, or if you want to make it realistic, go and maybe on the internet and see if you can find out what the weather is actually like in Spain today. Once you've created your map, you're going to write a little script for your weather forecast, and I'm going to show you an example in the next slide, and you can actually copy quite a lot of mine and just edit the weather phrases so it matches what you've shown on your map. Then the final step is to record yourself presenting the weather. So a good idea would be, once you've written your script, practice it a couple of times, maybe actually write it on the back of your map so that you could show your map to whoever's filming you or recording you, but you've still got your phrases on the back to read from. Okay? If it's difficult for you to record yourself, or for someone else to record you, don't worry. Just send me a photo of your map and your script, okay? If you can record yourself, that would be amazing. Right, so let's have a look at my example. Now, the way we say weather forecast in Spain, and I should really have said this at the beginning of the video when I showed you my weather forecast. El pronóstico de tiempo para España. That's kind of the title of this piece of work. So let's say that together. El pronóstico de tiempo. So the forecast of weather, it's what it literally means. Para España, for Spain. Okay, so all I've done, I've actually copied and pasted this map from the internet, and then I've just put in 4 weather symbols. So if you do have access to a printer, you could do it that way, or you could hand draw the map. Don't worry too much if it's not, perfect, okay? As long as it looks a bit like the shape of Spain. This is my simple script. So, buenos días. Good morning to the viewers that are watching my weather forecast. Hoy es viernes. Today is Friday, el 19, the 19th de junio of June. So you could use that, or if you want to do your weather forecast for a different day, you would have to change the date, okay? Then I've just written the phrases to match my pictures. En el norte hace sol. En el este hace viento. En el sur hace calor y hace sol. En el oeste llueve. So once you're happy with your script and you've practiced saying it, then it would be the time to record it if you can, okay? If you think, that's quite easy, I want even more of a challenge, these are a few ways to make your script of an even higher level. So you might want to use your purple pen or purple pencil, whatever you have, to add in a little bit. So these are some examples. You don't have to do all of these. You could pick one. So in my example, right at the beginning of the video, I used the words mucho and un poco. Mucho usually means a lot and un poco a little. So I said llueve mucho. It's raining a lot. Or I could have said llueve un poco. This would be a great way to up-level your script by adding in some of the Spanish cities, because then it makes it even more authentic and specific. So for example, Barcelona is a city it's really in the northeast, but we can just say east. En el este, en Barcelona, hace sol. In the east, in Barcelona, it's sunny. Mentioning the temperature is a really good way of practicing your numbers. So you could have la temperatura será 20 grados. So grados is the unit degrees Celsius that we measure temperature in. And la temperatura será, the temperature will be. Okay? So you could just pick one of your cities and tell us the temperature or tell us an average temperature. Now, if you want to, you could also link it back to the learning we've done in the last few weeks. So I could say, en el este, en Barcelona, hace sol. Necesitas, you'll need your sunglasses, unas gafas de sol. So that's just for children that really want a bit more challenge, okay? But if you want to stick to the simple weather script on the previous slide, that's enough, okay? So, okay, well done Year 5. We're now at the end of the lesson. Reminder to send any work that you've managed to do from this lesson to the email address. Look out for your shout outs and have a lovely weekend. Buen fin de semana. Stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.